Good evening and welcome to a very special edition of Soul School. Really quick. I'm supposed to be in the bed. It was New Year's Eve last night, and so actually I kind of had my thing on just actually getting some sleep and actually getting up and trying to get over to San Francisco to the Maceo Parker show, in which I was trying to conduct, well, rather set up would be the right word, an interview with the one and only Rodney Skeet Curtis, bass extraordinaire, who's been playing with Maceo Parker. You may remember him, former P-Funk Parliament Funkadelic All-Star. But anyway, I have been in touch with Skeet, and actually it was kind of crazy the first day, so I'm waiting on a call back from him. But in the meantime, in between time, I got the news from a very close friend of mine down in LA who was very close with Linda Clifford, Mary Wilson, as well as Frida Payne, that Natalie Cole was in Cedars-Sinai Hospital and had passed away. And needless to say, I was devastated, really devastated, because I was a huge fan, first of all, of her dad, huge fan. And I remember her when she first actually came out in 1974. And with the jazz scatting of This Will Be, I remember her taking the reins from Aretha Franklin in reference to really taking the bar and running the other way like nobody else's business in reference to, you know, the list of songs, Sophisticated Lady, I Got Love on My Mind. But I, really, to be honest, some of the stuff that she was actually doing later on was the stuff that I was really kind of tripping off of in reference to getting a second life, like I Live For Your Love and, some of the stuff with Peebo Bryson, I was really kind of tripping off of. And that's the stuff, when I think about Natalie Cole, that really gets my really attention. And really, even when I got married, this is what going way back before I got divorced, but the song that was actually sang at my wedding to me and my then wife was Inseparable. I've always been a huge Natalie Cole fan, as well as her dad. And even it makes me reflect back, not just to her, but even like her dad, some of the stuff like Nature Boy and some of the stuff that the Christmas song that I used to really trip off of. I always tripped off of the softness that was in that cat's voice. And even when I was actually, being mic'd up for the television show Unsung for the Whispers episode, my voice is actually kind of soft, and that's actually where I kind of got that from, was Nat King Cole. Really, to be honest, I've always had this uneven thing with the mic thing going on, and actually, like I say, it goes beyond being just a huge fan and respecting the cat as an artist. Speaking on Nat King Cole, but even getting back to Natalie, I kind of flip-flopping because I'm kind of just really kind of just still kind of tripped out about the whole thing. I start thinking about stories that people have told me, like a real good friend of mine, close friend, Thomas McElroy, from the production team of Foster McElroy, about him spending some time on the dance floor just actually dancing with her, and how smooth her skin was, and I just story after story. And then even, some of the other people in reference to like peer artists, in reference to talking about how great she was to work with. And I know a lot of people that's actually been in her camp. James Gadson, of course, is a friend of mine who played with her. Just different people. Ted Sparks, who's Willie Wild's brother, the drummer for Graham Central Station. Well, his brother, Ted Sparks, actually was Natalie Cole's drummer too, way back in the day of I Got Love on My Mind and stuff like that. So I have so many different things and emotions that's actually going through my head. And like I say, where do you go? The hits, she had plenty of those. The artistry, she had plenty of artistic type of, because she was different. She was really different. Like I say, if you want to start talking about jazz scatting, she was able to do that. If you want to start talking about the Aretha Franklin thing on the soul side, she could do that. The classical thing, you certainly know she has, because she's gotten it from her father in reference to the unforgettable, the classical type of vibe. And even the structure of that family in reference to being a black family that was really that structured, it was a lot different than the majority of us. And not to say all of us are thrown underneath the ghetto umbrella, but when I start thinking about the way that family was structured, Natalie was very structured. Her father was off the charts to a point where he had Billy Eckstine, Quincy Jones, all these people, Eartha Kitt, just crazy about him back during a time when it wasn't necessarily vogue for a black man to be out like that. And even Nat King Cole's father was a Baptist preacher. So the family structure on that end has always been nothing but dynamite. So by the time it got to Natalie, it was gonna be nothing but success. And the cool thing about that, she didn't just actually come out and try to copy her father. She kind of came out and did her own thing, which made her very, very unique and very, very special. She is somebody that will definitely be missed, and she's someone, when I start thinking about people like that, her and Stephanie Mills are two that that I'm just really crazy about. That's, just in a different kind of vein. You have people that are just considered to be R&B singers, and then you have people who can do a little bit of it all. And like I say, for me, Natalie Cole and Stephanie Mills are two for me, going back to what Stephanie was doing, with the Wiz and stuff like that. But Natalie is somebody that actually I shedded a few tears just off the record. I don't normally talk like this over the air, but this was one that really hit me because the whole spectrum and everything that encompassed her life, from the ups, the downs, everything, being married to Andre Fisher of Rufus, once upon a time, and just her being an incredible artist. Let's get to some Natalie Cole entertainment, and I'll be back in a few moments.
Your hair got problems? Natalie Cole's got the solution.
New soft solution from Posner. It takes the problem out of problem hair. Cheryl used to get the tangles till she got the solution. And Michael's hair used to look dry and dull till he got the solution. My hair was looking lifeless until Soft Solution brought out the soft, silky shine I love.
New Soft Solution Comb and Sheen Conditioner from Posner. Herbal for women, musk for men.
Posner, positively beautiful.